So now we want to go to Luca. Because I believe we can play Blitzball now. No joke. Luca, Blitzball season. Blitzball season's here at last, so are we playing? I think there's only one achievement associated with Blitzball, and that's just for...
The day that Blitz freaks across Spira have been waiting for is finally here.
That's just for winning a game?
That's right, folks. Blitzball season has begun. Wow, is it that time of year already? I wonder if Waka and the gang are here.
The Aurochs aren't coming. I hear they've got their hands full with babysitting.
Aw, they should have just brought Vidina along.
And guess what? They want the Gullwings to compete in their place.
Are you serious? All right! I've always wanted to play Blitzball.
Why do we have to play?
Don't think to me. Me!
So, are we in or what?
So Blitzball is much worse in this game because you don't actually play it. You're more like the coach. But luckily, there's no garment grids or dress spheres to win from it. The only actual good thing you can win from it is an accessory, the AP egg, which I think increases the AP you get. But otherwise, yeah. But we do want to win one game so we can get that achievement. So
I have been practicing my diving a lot. You know, you might be surprised.
Train. Guess we'll look at the tutorial. Basic rules. Each match lasts 5 minutes. Under certain conditions, a called game is declared. Tournament matches go into overtime if the score is tied. Called game. A team scoring 7 points automatically wins. I guess if it's completely one-sided. If 7 team members, excluding the goalkeeper, are injured, the team loses. Apparently you can get injured. Overtime. A match can be extended by up to 30 minutes. The first team to score in overtime wins instantly. If there is still no winner, so it's basically sudden death. If there is still no winner after 30 minutes, the match must be replayed. In the event of a replay, goal records from the previous match are discarded. Okay. Training. So I think that's how you increase stats. Spend command points to advance your players. Select a player name and allocate points to the skill you'd like him or her to practice. Different attributes change depending on the training regimen selected. Select practice to begin training. The selected skills, players with high teamwork and playstyle. Command points. The number of available command points is displayed in the top right of the screen. Points accumulate during time spent away from the Blitzball stadium. You can obtain additional points by playing matches. The points obtained vary depending on whether you win, lose, or tie. Command points are initially capped at 100, but the limit increases as the Gullwings team level increases. Oh boy. Player name. The teamwork value displayed to the top left of players' names shows how well the other players play with the selected player. The numbers below show the type of training and command points allocated to that player. Points displayed here have not yet been used. Selecting practice consumes the points. Attributes. Endurance, ability to withstand tackles. Endurance. During a tackle, the endurance of the player that has possession and the attack of the tackling player are compared. Train a player's endurance to create a player who's good at protecting the ball. Train a player's attack to create a player good at stealing the ball. Attack. Attack strength of tackles. During a tackle, the endurance of the player that has possession and the attack of the tackling player are compared. Okay, that's like the same thing. Pass. Passing accuracy. When passing, the pass of the player attempting the pass and the block of the player trying to intercept are compared. Train a player's pass to make a star passer. Train a player's block to improve his interception skills. Train the passer's RNG and the receiver's rec. I'm guessing that's recover. To improve the chances of completing a successful pass, teamwork between the two players is also important. Of course it is. Shooting skill. When shooting, the shoot of the player taking a shot at the goal and the catch of the goalkeeper are compared. Train a player's shoot to score more easily. Train a player's catch to make a tough goalkeeper. The further from the goal a shot is made, the more power it will lose. But if a player's RNG, range I guess that is high, even long shots won't lose much power. Block. Skill at blocking shots and passes. Okay. Catch, range, recovery, speed, movement speed, RCH, range of defensive coverage, reach, okay. Out, number of matches out while injuries heal, okay. CNT, contract, number of matches contracted to play. Command points required to sign a contract. More. Morale. Chances of executing special shots. Morale is randomly determined each match. Even if morale is completely used in one match, it'll be reset to a random value the next match. So it's randomized, so you never know how it's going to work. When morale is high, there is an increased chance of taking special shots, executing combo plays, making crosses and 1-2 passes. Morale is the energy that fuels pressure plays, and is consumed based on the setting of the adrenaline gauge at the time a player makes a pressure play. FTG, fatigue, chance of injury and errors. That's probably pretty high for Tanner Lee. High fatigue leads to greater chances of injury during practice, injury when tackled during a match, fumbling a pass, the goalkeeper losing control of the ball. When a player makes a pressure play, the player's fatigue increases. That's exciting. Training regimen. You can improve 8 attributes: endurance, attack, pass, shoot, block, catch, range, and recovery. Through training, each attribute has its own maximum value. Each of the 8 attributes from endurance to recovery has a hidden maximum value. You cannot increase a player's attributes beyond this limit. However, it is possible to raise an attribute's maximum value through intensive training. Oh boy. The more command points you assign to train an attribute, the faster it'll improve. The sweet spot is the optimal number of points to use when training. Each of the 8 attributes from endurance have an optimal training level shown by the blue number to the left of each attribute. If you allocate command points in excess of the sweet spot to a practice session, the difference accumulates in fatigue. In other words, if a player practices too hard, the player becomes fatigued. That's too bad. Points allocated in excess of the sweet spot will cause a player's fatigue to increase. Okay. Select practice to begin training the selected skills. All players practice the training regimen, to which you've allocated command points. The result of each player's practice is displayed in turns. An attribute may not visibly change, even though it has actually had an internal increase. When a player practices, the allocated command points are saved up internally. Once the internal points reach a certain level, the attributes increases by 1. Players allocated to range and recovery are added directly to the attribute. Practicing with high fatigue leads to injuries. You cannot field injured players at the beginning of a match. If you put an injured player into a match, the player will not be able to do anything. For each match, the team completes the out of the injured player decreases by 1. When out reaches 0, the injury is fully healed. You can also decrease out by allocating command points to intensive care. Guess that's like a quick recovery thing. Players with high teamwork play well together. Increases cooperation between players. Choose the partner you'd like a player to train with. Allocate command points and then select practice. The 2 players' teamwork may improve depending on the number of points allocated. Players with good teamwork are more likely to show you some impressive plays. A player's teamwork with other players will not drop as long as a player stays with the team, but once a player leaves, his teamwork scores reset, even if you later renew a contract with that player. Adjust players' formation. Determine the position your players take on the field. You can change formation during a match as well. And play style. Determines the overall strategy of your team. You can change play styles during a match as well. Okay. Competing. There are 3 types of matches that teams can participate in. Spirit League, 10 matches of round-robin competition, with league standing determined by total league points, so kind of like, League from FF10. Win, you get 3 points. Tie, you get 1 point. Lose, you get 0 points, because you're a pathetic little loser. Tournaments, compete in a tournament, exhibition, a practice match. Under certain conditions, guest teams can be played. Okay. Press triangle during a match to take a timeout. The menu will not open until play stops, following the next goal. During a timeout, you can substitute players and change formation and play style. Press L1 or R1 to adjust the adrenaline gauge. The adrenaline gauge is displayed at the top of the screen. Press L1 and R1 to lower and raise the number of stars in the gauge. The adrenaline gauge levels affects the likelihood of making pressure plays. At any time a player passes, shoots, tackles, or blocks a shot, the player has a chance of making a pressure play. When making a pressure play, the player performs at about 4 times their normal ability level, so it's kind of like a critical kind of thing. Making a pressure play consumes morale and increases fatigue based on the number of stars in the adrenaline gauge. The more stars in the gauge, the greater the chance of making pressure plays, but player fatigue also goes up more quickly, so set the gauge wisely. Making a pressure play consumes morale. The amount of morale consumed when a player attempts to pass, shoot, tackle, or block a shot is equal to the number of stars in the adrenaline gauge at the time of the attempt. Once morale reaches 0, it's impossible for a player to make a pressure play no matter what. The level of the adrenaline gauge becomes the necessary morale points aren't available. As morale drops, the chance of success of all sorts of actions drops with it, so it's best save for critical points in the match. Okay. Scouting. Use the scout menu to scout and release players. The scouting pool starts out empty, so spend 10 command points to get scout data on available players. Each time data is gathered, 0 to 4 players will be displayed in the scouting pool. If there are no suitable players, choose Get New Data to scout a new group, but remember that there are a limited number of players available at a given scout level. Pay the amount of command points listed beside guild to assign a player to a contract. Release. Terminate a player's contract. Players who formerly belong to another team will return to their original team. Teams have a scout level, which determines the quality of players that can be scouted. As the Goldwings win matches, their team level increases, and their scout level sometimes increases along with it. The higher the scout level, the better the chances of scouting skilled players. Teams cannot scout players if doing so would push them over the 12-player limit. Teams that fall to 7 players or fewer can no longer train or participate in matches. Use scouting to maintain a minimum roster of 8. Fun. Okay. Spirit League. Yeah, so there's some stuff you can get. Play the Besaid Aurochs. That's like a guest team, I guess. But yeah, really the only good item you can get here is the AP Egg accessory. So otherwise I wouldn't even bother. Let's play a practice match, I guess. Against the Killica Beast, I guess. Pain, Brother, Biggs, Wedge, Buddy, Shinra, Luna, Brother. So I guess that's the team you start with. Camera mode, default, overhead map, visual. Default, I guess, I don't care. So I guess you don't actually control the players, they just kind of do their own thing. So essentially, I pretty much just want to win one game for the achievement. I don't really care about anything else. Buddy challenges. Shinra's the goalie. I think it was Brother who was like who was like one of my best players in FF10 because he was so fast. Was that Brother? I think that was Brother. I don't know. Brother fumbled the ball. Apparently he sucks at passing in this game. Or catching, at least. Yuna claims the ball. Biggs? Where did Biggs come from? That's my question. Iskin. Yuna claims the ball. Yeah, so Blitzball in this game, it's like more of a simulation kind of thing, since you don't actually control the players. You're just kind of like the coach, I guess you could say. And you can have them like train and whatever. So it's kind of like a simulation type deal. Brother challenges. Brother sucks in this game. I'm telling ya. He was much better in FF10. Wow, nobody can get the ball from Iskin, although he can fumble the ball. Come on, Wedge. Score. This isn't soccer, you know. You gotta score. He seems to have good reach. Wedge does. Good God, man. A whole lot of nothing happening. Like, no one's even taken a shot yet. It's just passing. Time's up! 0-0. Goldwing's team level 1. Command point bonus 30. So it's just like a 5-minute period and that's it? Wow, that's kind of dumb. Dun dun dun. We'll do one more. I may have to. I may try and have to win a game on my own time. Of course, in FF10, the Sykes were one of the hardest teams to beat. Corkscrew shot. Oh, come on. Can you, like, forfeit a game? How did they score right away? Like, that's stupid. I just want to win a game, man. So I guess games are only 5-minute periods. Well, I guess that makes them faster then. Okay, this is just sad to watch. Okay, I don't want to play the Sykes, alright? You know, it'd be nice if you could just forfeit if you wanted to. Because obviously we've got no chance against the freaking Sykes. Oh, for an overhead volley. We also need to do, play some more Sphere Break, because there's an achievement for winning, I think it's 10 games of Sphere Break or something, so we need to do that. Luckily we can play Sphere Break here, so that'll be a thing. There is also a mission here that we can do, and of course, we can probably buy more songs and movies now. Okay, are we done yet? Like, come on. This is getting kind of dumb. There really should be like a forfeit game option that you can do if you want. Yeah, so I don't know why they made Blitzball so much worse in this game. I don't know. They just did. I think they just wanted to try and make it different, and that just did not work out well, obviously. Do they ever miss? Like, damn. Can we just, like... There should be a forfeit match option. I mean, come on. What was that? You can't even pass. Don't pass to this guy. He sucks. You suck. Pressure play. Like you really need that. Like, really? Come on. It's 5-0. I think you can call it a game, alright? I think it's okay. Like, they literally can't even miss. They can't. Just score one more time and I think it'll be a called game. Thank Christ. Because this is just god-awful. Just hurry up and shoot the ball one more time, because clearly my team can't block anything, ever. Come on. Thankfully there's no achievements for, like, winning a league or a tournament or anything. That would just be horrible. You know, you don't have to do like a special shot. Just a regular shot will make it in no problem. Thank you. Let's get the hell out of there. What the? Okay, I don't want to see this. I don't want to watch this. Well, luckily it's speeding through it, but can't we just skip it and get out of this? Come on, man. You're being stupid. Very, very stupid. So you really have to go through all the games. That is just dumb. Very So, pro tip, never go to League. That's pretty much the way of it. Come on. I don't care. Don't care. We'll try doing another exhibition, see if we can't win that. I guess we could try training, see what that's like. Practice. Your life biorhythms. Dun, 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 dun. No, that's not what we want. Oh, I thought I was putting 10, I was putting 0. I see. Dun 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 dun. Okay. Do. Scout. Rub. Okay, that's fun. That's dumb. Let's do an exhibition match. See if we can win one game. That would be nice. Oh, you can make it do an overhead thing. That's kind of nice. Speeds things up. I kind of like that deal. Did they just score? Of course they did. Unbelievable. Of course they just happened to score. Well, try it again. At least you can go through it real fast like that. We just need to win one match. I mean, it is better that way since you can't really control them anyway, so... Come on, score. Yes, we scored! Now Now just keep them from scoring, and we're good to go. We won! You scored 2 Mega Phoenixes. Yes, got it. Teamwork in Final Fantasy X to win a Blitzball match. That's all I really care about. I could try and get the AP egg, but there are other ways to get that. Okay.